Filter changes, when you take the filters off the box here, just be very careful. We don't want to yank on these boxes. This is just 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch pine. It's not very strong at all, and it's also just held together at the joints with some wood glue and some brad nails, like right into the end grain. So these filter boxes can be very fragile. So you've got to be careful with these. Don't want to be yanking on them. Don't want to set tools on top of them or anything. Just drop a 4-inch filter. Important thing to note, the filters have two sides. There's the white side and then the metal side on the back. This metal mesh helps support the fabric, but this metal mesh will also cut the shit out of you. If you scrape your knuckles on this stuff, it can really get you bad. So be careful with that. This side faces out so that the metal supports it from behind. There's also airflow arrows on the filters, but that's why the airflow is important, to have that metal facing in towards the machine so it supports the filter. In the 4-inch filter box, take a nice fat strip of duct tape, and we're sealing the back edge of the filter box. There's a gap up here, and we want to make sure that dirty, dusty air is not able to sneak in there and get into our machine. Okay, make sure that's nice and sealed off, nice and tight. The 1-inch filters go onto the box. Again, metal side down. The most efficient way to tape up the filter box is to do long 3-sided horseshoes. So we've got 4 horseshoes wrapping around, 3 sides on each one. And then we just do a belt around the front and a belt around the back, and that gets all of our filters sealed in to the filter box. So the duct tape is not here to hold the filters in place. If that was the case, we could just put a few little tabs of duct tape all the way around and hold the filters in place with a few pieces of duct tape. We spend thousands of dollars on duct tape every year doing the filters like this because we need to create an airtight seal between the box and the filter to protect the machine, to make sure that all the air that's getting sucked back into our machine is getting forced through the filter box. So once you put the duct tape on, you've got to go around by hand and make sure that every filter the duct tape is adhered to the filter and stuck well adhered to the filter box. An airtight seal with the duct tape is critical. The next part of the filter change process is making sure that all of our window fittings are secure. that we're not having any water damage. We're looking on the windowsill and on the window casement for any drips and drops of water, of rainwater that might be coming in through our window fittings. Obviously, make sure that the unit itself is running and blowing cold air. So, change the filters, check the filter box window fitting, and we'll go upstairs and check the upstairs window fitting. Check the upstairs window fitting. Every time that we change the filters, make sure that we don't have any gaps here. Make sure there's no signs of water damage, any drips or any staining around the window here. And take a look at the ductwork attachment. Make sure that it's not ripping off or falling off anywhere. And when you pull off the filters off the other, down at the filter box, you can also look and check the ductwork connection. We can see in here, I stick my head in the duct, and there's like a little hole I wouldn't notice from the outside, so I'm gonna make sure to get some tape on that. The final part of the filter change process is checking on the machine, making sure that it is relatively clean, that it's not super dirty on the outside, that there's not a lot of trash or debris on the trailer. Make sure that the machine is dripping, leaking out condensation out of the condensation drain as it should be. Make sure that all the ductwork looks clean and organized, is not damaged, and there's no kinks in the ductwork. Once you've changed the filters inside, take a picture of the clean filter box and check on the air supply, and then check on the unit. Take a photo of the unit and send the photos of the clean filters and the functioning unit to the builder of that job site and me or Ben, depending on whether you're in Charleston or Tampa.